Bell just rang. Jey Uso, Bron Breakker for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, going into this match, I'm wondering, why did they make this match? Is one of these guys going to be taking a vacation, taking time off? Is that what's going on here? Because Jey Uso is one of the biggest stars on Raw. Bron Breakker is the future of Raw. And he just won the championship from Sami Zayn. So, you don't want either of these guys to lose. So why would you have a match between these two guys? Maybe is something going to happen in this match where, there's interference or something goes wrong and then it's a no contest. So these two have to face each other at Bad Blood. Is that what's going on? Because you don't want to pin Jey Uso. Because Jey Uso is one of the biggest, merchandise sellers in the company. You want to protect him somewhat. And Bron Breakker is so young, and he just won the championship, and you want to protect him because you know he's going to be a future world champion. So, who wins here? I mean, I would assume Bron Breakker is going to win, but maybe win by count out or disqualification or something. Because otherwise, I don't know what's going on. Why would they take the title off Bron so quickly? The crowd is really behind Jey, obviously. I'm also curious to see how good of a match this is. Now, Jey Uso's singles matches are not the most entertaining thing in the world. Even when he competes for a world title, they're really not that exciting. But Bron Breakker is a really physical, violent guy, so he works a pretty fast pace, so that might hide some of Jey's weaknesses here. This is the beginning of the match, but it's good so far. Bron Breakker just clotheslined Jey Uso into the turnbuckle so loudly, you could hear the chains rattling. You could hear the metal rattling in the turnbuckle. Oh. Same thing again. Although this time now I'm thinking they're using sound effects. I'm pretty sure everyone is expecting Bron Breakker to win this match somehow. Even if by cheating. Because the other thing is that Jey Uso has lost some big matches this year. And so how many more times are you going to have this guy lose when he's one of your top merchandise sellers? He faced Damian Priest for the world title and lost. I believe he faced Seth Rollins for the world title earlier this year. Lost that one too. Obviously, he lost those world title matches against Roman Reigns over the years. It's like Jey Uso is the guy that just can't win a singles title. Although, that may change here because, if you have him lose to Bron, it's okay, this guy has lost so many world title matches. He's lost an Intercontinental title match against Bron Breakker. It's where do you go with Jey? You would have to throw him right back in the tag team division, maybe with Sami Zayn or something. Because it's people are going to stop believing in him as a singles wrestler if he can't get the job done. So that's an argument in favor of him winning here. Bron Breakker just suplexed Jey Uso onto the ropes. So Jey Uso, half of his body is in the ring, half of his body is out of the ring. This is a physical match so far. So this is this is better for Jey than his typical singles matches. Bron Breakker is on top of Jey Uso, punching him in the face. He's yelling at the crowd now. Ooh, backbreaker by Bron Breakker, goes for the pin. And Bron Breakker broke up the pin himself and just started doing push-ups to show that he is superior to Jey Uso. And he's saying not yet. He doesn't want the match to end yet. And I guess maybe the story is his arrogance is going to come back to bite him. Bron Breakker is in control of the match, though. Still. Jey Uso now he just backed him. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so the arrogance did come back to bite him because Jey Uso backed him into the corner, kicked him in the head, and then clotheslined him over the top rope. Now Jey Uso is going to... he tried to dive outside the ring, but Bron Breakker stopped him. Breakker is back in control. They're on the outside now. Again, this is more interesting than most of Jey's singles matches. Whoa. Bron Breakker just stood on the ring apron and then jumped onto Jey Uso and sort of bulldogged his face into the announce table. Table didn't break, though. They just had a commercial break. They're back. Jey Uso is gaining some momentum here. Jey Uso going for the pin. Bron Breakker kicks out at 2. I'm really wondering what the finish of this match is going to be. Again, I expect it to be Bron winning, or even Jey winning by disqualification or countout. I'm expecting a non-finish. Whoa, Bron Breakker just hit a huge move and then goes for the pin, and Jey Uso kicks out. I mean, the pace and the physicality of this match is good because Jey Uso's matches usually feel like they're going in slow motion. So not this time. Can't really do that with Bron Breakker. Whoa, Samoan drop by Jey Uso. Goes for the pin, and Bron Breakker kicks out at 2. See, now the way this match is starting to go, people are starting to believe that Jey Uso just might win this one. Because he got really close right there. And Jey Uso is climbing to the top turnbuckle. And, Bron Breakker stops him from doing anything. Whoa. Bron Breakker just climbed the ropes without even using his hands. He just ran up the ropes like Kurt Angle does, or used to do, and gave him a Frankensteiner. The athleticism of this guy, insane. And went for the pin. Jey Uso kicked out. Power slam by Bron Breakker. And Jey Uso kicks out at 2. A lot of near falls here. Jey Uso is starting to make people believe he's got a real shot here. Because again, going into this, nobody would expect Bron Breakker to lose. Because that's just typically not how WWE has been doing things these days. No, there's no like shock title wins ever since Triple H took over. Especially, okay, now they're outside the ring. Bron Breakker is going to spear him, and does. Spears Jey Uso outside the ring onto the mat. They could be approaching the finish, maybe. Bron Breakker pulls down the straps. He's saying this is the end. Going for the spear. And Jey Uso spears him instead. Jey is climbing to the top rope. Crowd is going crazy. Hits the Uso splash. 1, 2, oh, Bron Breakker just kicked out. The crowd thought that might have been the finish. All right, this might just be the best singles match Jey Uso has ever had. This is good. This is good for a Raw match. Oh, they really thought Jey Uso was about to win. Bron Breakker is now up. He's looking furious now. Well, you know the crowd was just about to go nuts with Jey Uso winning. Oh, they were so close. That was as close as it could get. They did that. Okay, so now they're outside the ring again. Bron Breakker's going for another spear. Whoa! Super kick by Jey Uso to the head of Bron. It looked like Bron was about to spear Jey Uso through the barricade, but Jey Uso caught him in time. Okay, now it looks like Jey Uso is about to hit a spear on Bron, and does, through the barricade. This is definitely the best singles match I've ever seen Jey Uso have. Without a doubt now. Oh, now he just immediately got up, threw Bron Breakker into the ring, and spear to Bron Breakker. He's going to the top rope again. Okay, this time, the crowd really believes he's about to win. Okay, he hits the Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso just won the Intercontinental Championship clean in the middle of the ring. Beat Bron Breakker straight up. The crowd is going bananas right now. And that is not the result I was expecting. But it's probably the right thing to do for Jey Uso. And Bron Breakker can afford to lose because, he's young, I guess. He lost to Sami Zayn, he lost to Jey Uso, but those are two of the biggest stars on Raw. And Jey probably needed that singles title, to be honest. Otherwise, he's just treading water. And good for him. Good for Jey Uso. And I'm glad he won it in a match that was actually worth watching. That was a good match. And if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out.